Hey there, baby dolls. We have information that's been released from Coingecko regarding the adoption of various chains. And I'm going to quickly show you this information because it's very relevant to PulseChain. Now, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the table here. As you can see, look what they've said is basically talking about Soylana leading the ecosystem expansion for crypto itself. Soylana leading with 49% interest in blockchain in 2024 so far. You can see Soylana up here with 49%. And then you have Ethereum down at 12%. Now, it could be that just Ethereum is, they say, well, Ethereum's expensive and stuff. Yeah, but it's really, really powerful. It's got high demand. Is it because Ethereum's in its third cycle curse? Probably. That's a big thing, friends. You never heard about that until I said it. Yours truly making many, many videos talking to you about the third cycle curse. I made videos a year ago. I was making videos about that at the end of 2022 back on Twitter Rudies. Talking about this third cycle curse. Everyone's telling me, what are you talking about third cycle curse? Bro, Ethereum is fucking cranking it. That's what people are saying to me. I said, you will learn the hard way, my friend. But for now, cheer on Ethereum. That's exactly what was happening. Third cycle curse, friends. Friends, you know GCR found me, by the way? That's right, the actual Grim Reaper. Yes, 1 billion net worth GCR. He found me. All right, he actually found me. That's right. That's how people found out me, by the way. They're like, what? I don't know how he shouted me out. He shouted me out somewhere. Maybe his private group or something. People started messaging like, whoa, GCR talked about you, dude. I was like, you know what? Cheers to you, friend. Don't even tell me what he said because I don't want to hear. I don't want to get anything to get in my head in terms of like screwing around stuff. Am I on the right path or not? I know what we're doing has some sort of at least merit because you're my friend. That's all that matters here. So he's talking about, okay, different cycles and stuff. Also, yeah, quickly about that GCR as well. Multiple cycles, friends. The crowd learns. The first cycle is the biggest. The second cycle diminishes. You can still retire off it, but the third cycle is a curse. They've been writing about this forever. Speculation and economic models and stuff and people and punting and stuff. It happens in the stock market, okay? So no different in crypto. Soylana's up here. Look where PulseChain is, down to 0.49%. But, you know, I mean, you don't blame me. You got no centralized exchange listings. You have corrupt SEC, blah, blah, blah. Who cares about that, right? That don't really matter. All I know that Richard's got Ethereum. Richard's got Ethereum, and he might do the whole whack-a-mole when it comes to smacking in the profits. If it does go up, a lot of people talking about, well, what if Ethereum's price goes down? I guess we'll wait and see, right? Now, this is the important part. Richard Hart's valuation and the ecosystem, friends. I'm going to give you a nice little, just a nice bit of a pump. Just chill out. All right. It's actually fairly valued, the ecosystem. But when I say fairly valued, it's not really fairly valued. I think Richard Hart's ecosystem from today, based on everything, should be between 2.2x up to 5.2x. But you basically, to you, that's like pretty much fairly valued. You know what I mean? You're like 2 to 5x. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, that's it. It's a big game, friends. Because look, what was the prevailing narrative? Even shouted out by Richard himself. Market cap's a vanity metric. It's fake. Hey, look, I can fake it and stuff. Yeah, friends, look, we've got to go through this so many times. Is a thermometer useful? Yes. Can you fake a thermometer? Yes, you can. Should you throw out every thermometer in the world? No. What about the clock for a car engine? Are they useful? Yes. Can they be fudged and people illegally back them? Can they do the backtracking on it? Yes, they can. Should you never use them? See what I mean? Just because we can fake stuff and there are fake outs here and there, it doesn't mean we just throw everything. It just means inquire further. That's all. We remove the origin address and we see these market caps. Yeah, it actually fits the valuation. You want to see where it is, friends, before we continue as well. Richard Hart's ecosystem coins today would be around Cosmos Atom, around Arbitrum. That's the whole ecosystem. But you got to add up every coin. If you keep diluting the coins, they look like they're infinitely cheaper. But friends, the market's smarter than that, man. You can't fool everyone. You can't. You can try to. It's smart. It knows. It knows. In fact, if you look at this, it makes sense too. 4.5 billion, right? In terms of its network effect and everything else. Now, I know everybody, trust me. No one likes looking at the rankings. Why? Because everyone's like, it's fake. No, we should be number one. Trust me, every coin. They go, no, the rankings don't apply to us because effectively what they're telling you is they say, hey, I have my baby coins here and there is no price too high. You can't put a number on them. You can't put a value on them. It's literally like if someone made a formula to tell you how much your kids are actually worth based off their IQ, their work ethic, how smart they are. Imagine they actually put a dollar value. They go, hey, your child, based off the maths and the models, they're worth like $4.5 million today, right? And then someone else's child, maybe their IQ's lower, maybe they're a bit slower. And they go, okay, your market value for your child is like 1.2 million. And there'll be some genius kid who's worth like 18 million. You know what I mean? Yeah, one day someone's going to make a formula like that and it'll have like a 95% rate and society will lose its mind. It might even have something to do with the Uniswap formula. That's funny. We'll talk about that later. It's putting a price on a human because everything's a ratio, right? I bet if you spent long and hard enough time, you could see how actuaries value life, and then you could go down the line. I'm sure someone could eventually figure out the ratios in the model to basically price a human. And that might be very, very controversial because we're like, wait a minute. And then it might blow your mind. Like, whoa, I am just worth like the average income times a multiplier on my IQ times something times some score at school. And like, oh my gosh, my range of what I'm worth is here. And then someone else is like worth less than me. And imagine people started one day publicly displaying that. How controversial would that be? You're walking around. Like imagine, friends, that's how society might go one day, where it's like, okay, oh no, that poor person died. They go, how much are they worth? Oh, they're only like 800,000. Oh yeah, they'll probably be a slow one. I'm like, oh no, look at that person. It's kind of like, you know, when like, you always see, friends, it's actually disgusting in the media. Okay. When there's a poor, ugly, like immigrant family that gets ravaged, they don't put them on TV show because oh look at that guy's ugly, that girl's ugly, okay. But when it's like the angelic blonde girl, blue girl, like oh her life was endless possibilities, everybody loved her, she was the prom queen. Okay, they're the stories that like no, she was such a beautiful thing. You know, humans we're a bit sick like that when it comes to that. You know what I mean? We pretend we don't judge, but when we do with our actions, we give more attention and stuff to that. That's why. You know, friends, that's why society, it's got this Uniswap formula. I know it all comes down. That's funny, this Uniswap formula. So let's continue, right? PulseChain, right, down here. Now, it's fairly valued, man. Look, not even fairly valued. Fairly valued or cheap? Look, it's 2 to 5x undervalued. That's big to me. That's big to me, but to most people, that's not. Because most people, I know, man, the average sacrifice was $1,400, right? So it was 1,000 and 2,000. You do the median of them, here's a 1,400. So that's a day one sack. So you've waited 3 years and now you have to hear from someone, oh, we're undervalued by 2x. The hell am I doing here? I'm out. I thought you said market cap didn't matter. Well, it's not me, friends. They're just showing you. So all these controversial stuff. Look, you can listen to dopamine dealers. I don't care. Go listen to them. Leave and go listen to them, okay? I'm telling you, you just got to add more. You should add more. You should put, like I said, man, okay, sorry, you're not going to retire with 2 weeks of your life expenses in this crypto. You ain't retiring. There are people out there with 6 months. They've stepped up the game. They deserve it, right? They deserve like a 15x by the end or 20x. They deserve that. There are people with like 2 years of living expenses in the ecosystem in other coins. Yeah, so they've got 2 years. If they do a 10x, they've made 20 years. They never have to retire. They never have to work. What are you going to do with your 2 weeks? Well, I'm promised this. No one cares about your promises, man. Get out. No one cares with these people. So for the rest of us, we want to learn. So total Richard Heart ecosystem, you add up all the coins, friends, it is 4.5 billion. And if you want to just further proof, you can just go here, friends. You see include OA, exclude. Okay. So you press exclude OA and you can add 1.15, 185 million, all these. Okay. You can just add the market caps there and the market's smart. So look, it's not Richard's fault, but if you go back in time to 2021, you ask him, why did you do multiple coins? And he would have said, because it works. Because the market gives a specific value to the layer 1 chain and then the DEX and then the store of value. It gives different valuations to that. It's worth something in the marketplace. But then the market said, no, you are still one community. They unite under Richard Heart. You have just split the pie. So that's the market pricing, man. Now, obviously, it's worth a try. Worth a try. How are we to know? Imagine you did one coin and then you can't grow because you needed to split. Man, so it is what it is. It's captain's call. That's why it's not, friends. These things, we're discovering the stuff I've done. That's why crypto is really volatile. All right. So if you add up all the coins, right, total Richard Heart ecosystem 4.5 billion, and it would be about rank 30 on this. All right. So rank 30. Now, that's why if it did a 2.2x from today, it would flip ChainLink. All right. So if you go here, so Richard Heart Ecosystem Coins did about a 2.2x. It'd flip ChainLink. Now everyone knows like ChainLink. It's cycle 2 narrative. So it's oracles as well. Because you're buying in the last bear market, you didn't know what was going to be a narrative. So it is what it is. And these things traditionally pump at the very, very end. When you're looking at all these, what does that actually mean, friends? So, by the way, when I'm saying fair value, just to remember, it's based off Bitcoin and Ethereum today. So if you think they never ever move up, there's your fair value, pretty much, the rangy trader. But obviously, you're not here for that. You're here for, all right, I think Ethereum hits $10,000 one day at 2.5x from here. That's what most people believe. So if that does a 2.5x, maybe PulseChain does like a 3x multiplier on that. 3 times 2.5 from today, it's like an 8 or 9x. That's what you're basically paying for. Some people believe it's going to have like a 7x multiplier on it. It's like that's the 15. Obviously, other people, yeah, you can throw the 100x and the 1000x. You can keep saying that, but just want to show you. Do you think, just showing you, okay, if, let's say you think, okay, PulseChain is going to do a 100x from today, that would put it above Ethereum, all right? That would put it above Ethereum. I want to ask you something. You're paying right now, like, I don't know, a third of a penny for a PulseChain transaction. People are paying $100 to swap, just one swap on Ethereum. That's the demand on it. That's the amount of users on it. So before PulseChain will flip Ethereum, you would need to see PulseChain's demand for the block space go up and up and up and up. And it has to have stuff. It has to have applications, and maybe Uniswap has to have a lot of things on there. So these things don't just happen like, okay, out of nowhere, the price is going up. And look, you're even going to know, if Richard does the Ethereum trade and starts rotating in, it's going to be cash out for the people who waited. But then you're wondering, like, are there going to be enough people to keep it sustained? That's what we don't know. That's what you're playing here for. That's what you're hoping the big rush at the end is worth it, right? Is the orange juice worth the squeeze? I hope it is. So I actually think today, Richard Heart's ecosystem should be roughly around ChainLink, Tron, and Polkadot. That's exactly what I saw. It's around 2.5x from today. It's actually funny if you do that. It's around PulseX day one sack-ish, around there. And yeah, that's basically it. That's just based off everything, but where everything else is, based off Bitcoin and Ethereum today, and based off the users. But it is what it is. So you might have some discount factor just because it's not on centralized exchanges, corrupt SEC. It doesn't matter what excuse people use. Who cares? Now we do dream. Everyone does dream for PulseChain to go on the decorrelation run to do 100x. But yeah, man, look, I've got no time for these people anymore. Like you want to keep living in your la la land. Like Hex did its 100x. Why? Because I mean everyone knows it. We did like a fake launch where you take everyone's money, give them a price that's atrocious. We launch minus 98%, and then we rally 100x off the low. And the market sniffed this out. So, I mean, this is like it's nothing like even controversial now. And you can just see it right here, right? This is like obviously Hex. You could just do this right now. See, I'll remove Bitcoin just so it looks easier and cleaner. Yeah, so look at that red line, friends. Hex, it's a Hex ICO pretty much. So you come here, your price is not on the chart. You drop 98%. That's exactly what it did. So it drops here. You're not printed. And then from here, you do your 100x. Yay. And then you just come back to your ICO price. So that's what Hex did, by the way. I know most people don't know that. But obviously, you needed to earn the yield and the inflation. But that's actually what happened. People in the day one with all the volume, most people don't know that, right? It went all the way down, just came back to break even for them. But not really break even. But I guess, look, it's kind of break even for a lottery ticket back then. It would 2 to 3x. But that's basically what happened. Now, here's the thing. If you had the inflation, which you kept staking, your average price drops lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay, so you still do good. But this run, Bitcoin halvening, by the way, this is where we are today. So by then, day one hits like 8.8x for the day one people. I guess maybe that would be PulseX hitting 8.8x. So that's why, man. That's why, like, last year, friends, last year, do you remember when, like, all the FUD and stuff was coming? We all thought, well, not even thought, we, like, hoped, right? We hoped that this run would continue. Everyone was doing the fractal. Everyone was doing the fractal. But if you add up all the ecosystem coins, you knew. I knew. I was like, look, I want it to happen, man. But do you know how many dollars are needed to give us that run? Even like an 8x from here. you need like a net amount of pump to stay there and to actually stay there. So I think there's like roughly there might be $80 million of liquidity. So it's like $40 million on the offer. So if you want to do like if you want to do 8, friends, if you want to do 8, it's like, let's say it's like 9x just to round it up. You would have to triple the offers. So there's 40, you have to basically triple it. You have to get it to whatever it is, a 120 times it by 3. So you have to inject $80 million to pump it up all there, and no one sells. No one sells. But you saw what happened, right? Recently, just to refresh your memory, we had. So remember, you need 80 million. No one sells. It just goes bang, 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 bang. No one sell. No one sell. No one sell. Okay, but we just saw 14 million just went into PulseX. 14 million went to PulseX, and then just rejected the whole way. So it just got gobbled up. So if you want to believe in this world where money gets injected and nothing gets taken out, that's a very harsh reality to believe in, because people are watching, man. People are watching and they look for cash exits. How long can they be rinsed though? Because you can't say you haven't waited long enough. Of course you can, but at the end of the day, you know what you're playing for, man. The big run at the end of crypto season. Because I've told you, in a Bitcoin halvening year, only things with proper product market fit actually go up. New cycle tech like AI and DeepIn and these other things are catching drift. The older stuff, cycle 2 narratives, they only come at the very, very end. It's like a memory pump from the market. And that's exactly what PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex are. Same as like ChainLink and many, many other chains as well, like Phantom as well. Phantom, friends, also going to have that ghost pump. Like, funny enough, it's got DeFi from Andre Rugier, who became like a main character in the last season and then rugged everyone pretty much. So Andre Rugier, and you also have the alt layer 1 narrative for it. So they're all cycle 2 narratives now. So if we go back here, right? Yeah, it's actually, maybe it's not, I guess, fairly valued. Anyway, 2 to 4x. It can rotate around this range. That's where it would be, 4.5 billion, right, to go up here. So that's pretty much it. And here's another thing. What about Cardano? So Cardano is really, really interesting, friends. Cardano, to flip Cardano, Richard Hartcoins needs to do about the 5.2x. That's why I gave you that range. 2.2 flips ChainLink, and then 5.2 will flip Cardano. I do believe it should be there. I really do. But it relies on Ethereum rising. And it's very, very obvious now. And do you think Ethereum's going to rise? I mean, that's your punt, friends. I don't have all the answers for the future. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just here telling you this is my speculation all along. So if you take all the valuation ranges, right, it seems, right, from 2x up to 5.5x, this is Cardano and Dogecoin where they are to date. So I've also mentioned it. If you, my baby dolls, want to accelerate your gains, you're going to have to buy PulseChain Altcoins and then rotate for more Pulse. Unless it's just some sort of god tier run. But look, friends, you saw Richard started buying coins, and yes, it doesn't need as much to push it. But look, man, I've seen, look, something about markets, you can inject money somewhere, but if it doesn't want to be there, it rejects. It rejects, all right? And if something is really, really, really underpriced, when you put money and it goes towards fair value, no one sells. It keeps going. And it goes there fast, just to let you know. So you tell me, Richard injects $14 million into PulseX, it rejects instantly. What do you think that is? Do you think that's the market saying, hey, we should be higher? It's not. Of course, because yes, we know they're break-even soy boys. We know what they are, but you got to think about the whole collective market as one pricing mechanism. So all these numbers are based off today, and you got to remember everyone's playing for the Ethereum rise. Remember, even if Ethereum is cursed for its third cycle curse, that's still $8,000. It's still like a 2.2x from here. And yeah, obviously I want these things to go much, much, much higher. I'll tell you right now though, Richard made a post saying, oh yeah, if I injected $450 million, it goes 100x for the pricing. Sweet. You do that. One guy takes out 100 million, 10 guys take out 30 million, and then the rest, like 50 guys take out like a couple of million each. It's pretty much over. There you go. The money just gets taken out. He knows that. He knows it. He's not stupid. That's why he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. But most likely what will happen, just guessing, is as the money profit comes in, he rewards the market with bids. But he's just going to be fighting people out over time. That's most logical what to do, because you rinse people out with time, and it takes its time to basically get to where it's going. However, you still need the people at the end of the day. So when you come back and look at these prices, you might be looking at them at a different light now. I mean, yeah, like if $450 million from the SAC fund was injected in one click, remember friends, this could be like equivalent of like a gun to your head. It goes up here, pretty much goes up here, right? That's what happens. It goes, oh, sweet. I promise you, this is what happened. Down, 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 like that. It just goes straight down. Straight down, and the market just goes to where it wants to be. It goes, oh, okay, we're back at day one SAC. And then we're like, wait a minute, we've run out of treasury. We'll dump with Bitcoin anyway. Now what? See, that's what happens. And everyone who just wants to get out, get out. So if you want to know who's a non-believer, look at all the people telling him, rotate, buy the bags, buy the bags. They're the people who are the loudest against me, and they're the ones who are most pro Richard Hart. What they're saying is, I trust Richard Hart with all this. What they're actually saying is, you read between the lines, is they say, hey, don't worry about adoption. I'm part of your cult. Just use the ETH. Use the ETH. Because that's right, when Richard uses the ETH, they'll go, here you go, and just put it in their pocket and they'll run away. That's effectively what they're doing psychologically. This still has big advantages compared to other chains, friends. Like if I look at other stuff, right? Okay. If you look at this, BNB, right, is just a rug, pretty much a rug chain, right? Memes are trash and stuff. There's nothing on there. It's basically just funded by Binance, okay? Soylana obviously had the Soylana season. It's just Jeet chain now. XRP, you have no adoption. If XRP only is bleeding developers, okay? Cardano is now just getting old, friends. It's getting old. Doge, fourth cycle. Snow Theme Avalanche, if you want to do gaming and stuff, but I would only participate in new cycle coin stuff here and there. You still have SHIB with the meme coins. Ton coin, maybe, but still huge, man. I mean, 14 billion for this. You have Polkadot looking for new stuff. But you can see now, everyone's got like their little teething issues. You have ChainLink, but there's no ecosystem in ChainLink. It's just a coin, right? You have Tron, right? Still can't really find its legs, just like, you know, and you have Matic. I guess Matic's okay, but all of these, you can see if PulseChain, if Richard Hart coins were around these, yes, their volatility is not as extreme because of the market cap. You need much more liquidity here and there to pump these up. So let's see how far Bitcoin and Ethereum take the whole industry and see if we can actually resurrect the glory. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you soon.